This is how money can destroy your life. And I'm talking to you motherfuckers that want to become rich. And when I'm saying you, I mean me as well. I want to become rich too. We need to go through this man's life. His name is Marcus. This guy created Minecraft. He built Minecraft almost solely, just pure out of his imagination. This game went out and became a sensation. Everybody knows what Minecraft is. And this game started selling 15,000 copies per day. All of a sudden, all this pressure, all these lawsuits came out of nowhere. But this guy didn't want to deal with all this struggle. He was just a coder wanting to create games. One night, he half seriously decided to tweet that someone wants to buy his share at the Mojang, the company that created Minecraft basically. So this company reached out and paid $2.5 million to Marcus. Overnight, this guy became a billionaire. He went out and bought a $70 million villa in LA. He outbid Beyonce and Jay-Z, and this was the craziest purchase till that day in history basically. This mansion had pools, candy rooms, shows for cars, views of LA's. It was the dream. All of a sudden, after becoming billionaire, this guy fell into depression. He started tweeting these lonely and sad tweets. I'm out in Ibiza partying with a bunch of rich and famous people, but I've never felt more empty and miserable. Now, for all of us wanting to become basically millionaires, billionaires and whatever, we need to remember that this guy basically was lost into depression just because he lost his community of gamers, he lost his passion of creating games. Now all of a sudden he had all the resources in the world, he didn't have anything to strive forward to. If you ask me, from these pictures, this guy was kind of fat, and if you ask me, I could have got this guy out of depression by making him train and get a six-pack abs. If you want to become rich, you need to remember that this is not about you being rich, this is not about the money. This is about the journey. I'm not saying don't chase to become a millionaire, I'm not saying don't strive to become great, rich and wealthy, but I'm saying we should enjoy the journey more. And I'm talking about me mostly here right now, because I sometimes find myself not enjoying this journey. Like, I'm financially free, I'm basically comfortable in my life, I'm not poor, but I'm not a millionaire yet. And I'm pushing it so hard to become a millionaire that sometimes I forget to enjoy the journey. And when someone asked me, like, what would you do with all these millions? I was like, well, I will buy my supercar, my dream watch, my dream mansion and all these things. And without the person asking me another question, I was like, and then I would probably be empty as fuck. The money, the thing that we're chasing, that's not the end goal. If we all of a sudden become millionaires or billionaires like this guy, most of us would fall into depression. I see plenty of videos of young people like 19, 20, 18 making like 50k per month, questioning life. They're like, what now? I became so wealthy, so young. I bought my dream car, bought my dream watch, I secured my family, I retired my parents, everything is taken care of. What now? They're 18 years old and they basically completed life. So what now? They're asking these questions. And even though I want to become millionaire, I want to become wealthy, I'm kind of thankful that I'm not there yet, and that basically God is not giving me all this money all of a sudden, and He is making me enjoy the process. The worst thing that could have happened to you right now is you winning the lottery, or you becoming rich or famous overnight and getting lost. You would basically fall into depression, bro. You would go out, you would buy stupid shit like this guy, and what then? Literally a couple of months after buying these mansions and all these things, this guy started tweeting all these desperate tweets. He's like, I've never felt so miserable, I never felt so empty in my life. And that's a real depression. The point of this video is that you should enjoy the process. Enjoy the sleepless nights of you trying to run the business. Enjoy you losing money in the business. Enjoy you going and celebrating the small wins. Enjoy you making literally $100 day, or $500 day, the $1,000 day, the $10,000 day, whatever milestone you're on right now. Enjoy the process. Celebrate, go out, live your life. Don't focus so much on the money, because once you get the money, you'll be like, what now? What now? There is this one single thing that's keeping me and you, guys who are not born into wealth, the thing that is keeping us striving forward is the hungriness, let's call it that way. We are hungry for more, but if we had everything, what would we be hungry about? If you just ate and you don't let your body get hungry, you're just feeding it, you're always full, how can you feel hungry? How can you want food? You would be sick of food. You would throw up, you would be sick, you would hate food, you would hate your life, you would become overweight. I've seen Tristan Tate talk about this. He talked about some BMW Z4, something like that, some model, being his dream car, and he became so rich so quickly. Till 26, he was broke. He was like basically broke, living on the streets. Until 28, he was a millionaire. And he went from no car to an Aston Martin to Lamborghini, and he basically forgot about the BMW that he wanted. And he was like, when I started counting how much money I had, I figured out that I was a millionaire, and I could have bought like this BMW that was my dream car forever, like 100 times, and it wouldn't make me happy. I went from having no car to the best cars out there, and I've skipped so much of the achievements basically. Do you know how precious it is to save up money and to buy something? My parents didn't want to buy me my dream phone back in like 2015. I don't know what year exactly was it, but it was the Samsung Galaxy S4. I begged my parents, I cried, I was like, please buy me this phone, but they were like, no, you will have to gather your own money, earn money. I was like 10 back then. They were like, gather your own money, earn your own money, and buy your phone, and buy that phone yourself. What I did, I gathered money for a whole year from relatives, from birthdays, from cleaning, from helping people, from getting paid. I ended up buying that phone. Turns out, when I actually bought the phone, when I got the phone in my hands, I was not happy. I was the most happiest when I went to bed every single night before buying the phone, thinking about buying the phone. When I bought the phone, I went to my mom and to my dad, and I was like, here, I bought the phone, and they were like, oh yeah, cool. And I was like, that's it. I was earning and I was saving money for a whole year to buy this phone, and now I feel kinda empty. Do you know what happened to that phone? 3 months later, I broke that phone. I hit it with my hand and I broke it. It didn't bring any happiness, any joy to my life. I enjoyed the process more than me actually buying the thing. And I feel that this will happen again with my dream car, with my Porsche. I am striving to buy that Porsche every single day. I'm dreaming about it, my dream Rolex, my dream mansion. And I feel that when I buy those things, I will be like, well, whatever. And I will go on with my life. And the thing, when you buy something that you were dreaming so long for, and when you buy the thing, you must immediately set new goals. Because this is the moment, you know, you got the thing that you wanted, and you feel kinda empty, you're not satisfied that like you thought you would be. You should immediately set new goals.